Hi everyone, LiberAnarchy here, responding to Abaddon 5, Onision is a cunt. This video is not about Onision and what he supposedly said or did. I don't know, I didn't see the video, I don't care. I really and truly do not care. This is actually about eating, and Onision is a vegetarian. I don't know if it's like lacto-ovo-vegetarian or vegan or da 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 da. He's a vegetarian, but his attitude about it is really cool. And like for me, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my diet. I am not a vegetarian. I am a moderation in all things omnivore. There is something medically wrong with me. I do not know what this is. I am in the process of undergoing batteries of tests to see what this is. And this has been going on for months. Also, my tastes have changed recently due to excessive thirst. I do not have diabetes. My glucose levels are normal. But due to excessive thirst, partly because of antibiotics and partly because of whatever it is that is wrong with me, I can no longer drink things like alcohol or coffee without being miserable because it takes the water out of me and it's not just normal anymore. If I drink alcohol, I have to chase it with a glass of water. It's disgusting. So I'm not drinking beer. I love beer. I love cider, mead, wine. I like a good drink now and again. I can't have that anymore. I used to drink more than a pot of coffee a day, every day. Last coffee I had was 1 cup, and it was a few days ago, and I didn't even want to finish the cup. I was done with it before I even drank a cup. And before that, it was like it was another cup of coffee, but it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just can't do coffee anymore. Sweets, they're all out of my diet because I can't use the treadmill anymore. I could get away with all this beer and bread and all this and eating, burritos and pizza and Totino's pizza rolls and nachos and all this unhealthy crap because I did an hour on the treadmill every day. I can't do that anymore. I get winded after 5 minutes. And so, and those are on the good days. So, I've cut all sweets out of my diet. Now, sir, I do eat, fruit. But no chocolate sundaes, no cookies, none of that, no sweets. I've cut out all snacks. It was very common for me to have a snack at night, especially if I role play. Snacks and booze are essential. No more snacks. I don't do snacks. I have gotten into juicing. I eat a lot of vegetables now. I should do more fruits, I'm sure. I eat a lot of vegetables. I've just barely started getting into juicing. I'm growing my own mushrooms. I eat a lot of mushrooms. I eat a lot of eggs, and I eat a lot of fish, and I do eat some other meat, like liverwurst, because liver contains a lot of iron. Mushrooms and eggs, they contain a lot of vitamin D. Fish contains a lot of vitamin D. Going back to the vegetables, broccoli has a lot of calcium, and if you have a vitamin D deficiency, which I do, that's kind of compounded onto whatever in the fuck it is I have, and I've been prescribed vitamin D. Actually, it is no longer just a supplement. I've now been prescribed vitamin D. So, eggs, mushrooms, lots and lots of seafood contains vitamin D. Milk, and when you don't have vitamin D, you have a problem absorbing calcium. So I've gone back to cow milk, still skim milk, though I do like rice milk better. Though even with rice milk, it is fortified. They do have calcium and vitamin D. Cereal, a lot of cereal has iron in it, just because the manufacturers put iron in it. So yeah, so protein, you can certainly get protein from things like, peanut butter and, you can, if you're a lacto-ovo vegetarian, you can get your protein from eggs, but it's much easier to get protein from meat, and you can buy organic meat. I guess this is a boring video. I'm explaining to you what I eat and why. This is truly the single most boring vlog I've ever done. But what I'm trying to do is reiterate a very good point Abaddon 5 or Abaddon 5 has made about food and about diets. If you're vegetarians or vegans who try to push their dietary choices on the rest of us are fucking assholes. It would not be healthy for me to be a vegetarian now. And I've become something of a health nut because I think that I've kind of been forced to. It would be stupid for me to maintain the diet that I had if I can't even get on the treadmill without getting winded after 5 motherfucking minutes of walking on my good days. So basically, I'm not doing the fucking treadmill anymore. So it'd be really fucking stupid of me to eat a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs, which are converted into sugar, and to eat like a ridiculous amount of meat, but I have to eat meat at this stage of the game. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And you can certainly tell me of other sources of protein, and that's fine. I don't, hey man, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan or a fruitarian or any of the myriad of dietary choices that are out there, hey man, I don't hold that against you. There are some people who simply don't eat beef because there is a minute risk they may get CGD, whatever mad cow is. There are people who just say, well, screw it, I like red meat. I don't care if the agribusiness industry feeds cow to cow in the feed. I don't care about the hormones. Risk is part of life. Shut up, I enjoy my red meat. Sure. I personally try to eat organic stuff, eat and drink organic stuff, like organic milk, hopefully, supposedly, does not have all the hormones that they give the cows, so they produce more milk. But, yeah. Now, I'm rather undecided about organic fruits and vegetables because, as far as pesticides go, we do wash them off. Now, I do like the taste of organic carrots better than other carrots. But then again, that could be in my head. And yes, I'm starting to eat these things raw. So if any raw food vegans or something, come on, join my channel, join the discussion. If you're a raw food vegan with good recipes for raw food, send me a PM, shoot me a link. I know about veggiesunite.com, if that's still up. But yeah, I mean, by all means, I'm not judging raw food vegans. I'm not judging raw food fruitarians. But then again, I'm not judging people who are like I was 6 months ago. I have my beer, I have my burrito, and I'm gonna have a snack because I feel like it. I'm gonna indulge, whatever, and I'm happy. And I just get exercise, so that's why I'm not some hideous, obese, 400-pound person who's had 7 heart attacks. But now that I can't exercise, I'm like, I am officially a health Nazi. But only for me, not for the rest of you. I'm not interested in the health Sudetenland. It's, but for myself, I am officially a health Nazi. But my point is, we all need different things in our diets at different stages. Um, Diabetics are going to have different dietary needs than hypoglycemics. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not a doctor. I have no idea. But yeah, there are situations where people they have been in cults who say we're vegetarians, but all they get to eat is bean curd and nothing but bean curd. And if you're eating nothing but bean curd, that's really unhealthy. So what happens is their brains are not getting the protein that the brain needs to think clearly. But yeah, fish has a lot of good stuff in it. However, I'm undecided as to how safe it is. Now, if you're worried about overfishing the oceans, there are fish that are farmed. Um, let's see. Now, as far as the Gulf oil spill and the Corexic that was used, all the chemicals you're getting in very trace amounts. So I'm undecided as to how much I should eat fish versus moderate my fish intake. And I'm also unsure right now as to how much I should cook my food. I prefer my vegetables cooked, but I know that, you can steam vegetables, you can cook vegetables for less time, and you can, of course, eat them raw. And I have forced myself to eat them raw without dip, which is why I'm looking for the recipes, because, things like broccoli and cauliflower and carrots and cucumbers, I like all these things raw. Cucumbers I prefer raw. I've never cooked a cucumber, but, tomatoes and, just all this stuff. I haven't eaten a potato in a long time because of the carbs, but I'm not completely avoiding carbs. Again, moderation. But yeah, so right now I'm into juicing and growing my own mushrooms, but my first harvest was kind of small, and thinking about how much to cook my food and in the market for good raw food recipes. And by the way, since I've cut out the sweets and since I don't eat a whole lot of meat, and fish is technically meat, but the meat that I do eat tends to be more fish than chicken, beef, or pork. I've actually lost weight. I've actually lost about 5 pounds. And I'm saying about 5 pounds just because the scale at the doctor's office may be different than the scale here, and I'm not weighing myself obsessively same time every day. But I've done really, really well with my diet. So instead of gaining or even maintaining, I'm losing, which is fantastic. And I've lost about 5 pounds, which is healthy. It would be unhealthy if I were to lose like 25 pounds. My God, I'd blow away. I'm sorry for boring all you guys, but you know, you choose to watch it. So yeah, this is just about diet and not judging people on diet. I need different things right now. I need to eat liver sausage. um, and I need to take supplements, and I need to eat fruits and vegetables, and I should eat them raw because that's when they contain the most nutrients. That's my diet. No junk food, no chips, no trans fats, none of that stuff. Unfortunately, sometimes I do eat fried foods, as in like a fried fish patty in a fish sandwich. I moderate my bread intake, but when I eat bread, I'm eating pumpernickel, rye, swirl, multigrain bread, potato bread, pumpkin bread, interesting breads. I hate white bread, wheat bread. Did I mention rye? All kinds of good, interesting, flavorful breads. I hate white bread. But again, I moderate my intake of bread. I'll have half a sandwich and I'll have yogurt. And that's another thing. Yogurt and kefir. I need probiotics up the fucking wazoo. Because I've had antibiotics up the wazoo. I'm off the antibiotics, but yeah, I need probiotics. But not everyone's gonna need to be eating yogurt and drinking kefir like a fucking crazy person. And it's fucking 4 in the morning. Why the fuck am I still ranting about what the fuck I eat and why? And I'm really sorry for all the cussing. I'm tired and I want to go to bed and I'm making a stupid video. So it's time for me to go the fuck to bed now. And I'm frustrated about the whole health issues. I wish I could just go back to like my regular diet. Not gonna happen. If wishes were horses, dreamers would ride, right? Yeah, and I wish I had a few $1 trillion to throw around. Hell, I wish I was the United States government, and then I could have a few $1 trillion of other people's money to throw around, and when that doesn't work, I can just print more money under the euphemism of quantitative easing, right? But oh well, I don't have that. I have to go on a really, really strict diet. But right now, vegetarianism would probably suck for me because the foods with vitamin D in them tend to be fish and eggs and pork and mushrooms, and I like mushrooms. And the foods with iron in them tend to be meat, particularly liver. Meat and eggs and shit. Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, don't judge people for their diet. I mean, it's and don't be a health Nazi. And for goodness sakes, don't use the government to impose your dietary preferences on the rest of us. You make your bed, you sleep in it. If you want to be 400 pounds and have a heart attack at 50, that's your problem. And don't try to make it my problem. And if I were to make those choices, those would be my problems, and I wouldn't try to impose the consequences of those choices upon everybody else, especially not through use of the government. Okay. Rant over. Diet, food, choices. You have tons of choices. Educate yourself, make your choices. I welcome all civil discussions in the comments, and I will keep them open as long as it's civil. But, if people start behaving like assholes, then I'll start deleting comments or closing comments. Fuck. Which is sad because I really like free speech. So I will actually let a lot of things fly. But some things I won't let fly. But Please don't puke. I think my cat's gonna barf. Don't barf. Oh, good. False alarm. Another cat barfed earlier today. I don't need a second cat barfing. Okay, on that note, know thyself, and for goodness sakes, make your own freaking decisions about what you eat. And don't try to fucking lord over other people's fucking diets, man. Come on. Alright. And subscribe to Abaden5. I like his channel. Politically, we probably disagree on everything. Fine, that's okay. I still like his channel.